Namaste. Thank you, Professor Vednandaji. I was very pleased when I saw your name that you will be the chairperson, because when we talk about Manavadhikar means that you need to understand the topic. And as I'm not a spiritual person, but I believe that my dharma is also one important thing, that is Manavadhikar. And Manavadhikar to protect our dharma, our Hindus all over the world. Can I have the next slide, please? The global human right defense. The reason we are global human right defense and not global Hindu human right defense, because we collect all the human rights violation of minorities, especially on Hindus. If you call it Hindu human rights, then it will be biased in the West. We have to fight with the same technology that all other organizations is doing that against us. So that's why we call it global human rights defense. Our work is based on the Dharma. My inspiration is from the Dharma, but I am not a religious person. I believe in Bhagwan, I pray to him, but I'm not going so frequently to Mandir because I think my work is somewhere else. My work is in the field where we defend our Hindu society, where we defend our Hindu brothers and sisters, where we prevent that our children is not raped by others because they are Hindus. We based in The Hague. This is my staff, all paid staff. We believe that Hindu human rights or human rights, you cannot do it in part-time, you cannot do it after you finish your work. This is a full-time job. Means that our victims is being done by full-time rapists. They paid by organizations to destroy our religion, our society. That's why we pay these people. We pay also our people who work for us in the South Asia, because you cannot ask people to come and work for free. Human rights is a serious matter, so you need to get it seriously and professionality. We have all nationality in our organizations, and as a strategy, we always put Western people to defend human rights in Bangladesh and Pakistan. What our aim is to protect human rights, especially minorities. In the minority section, we focus mainly on women's rights and children. Our operations is in South Asia. The country we are focusing mainly is Pakistan, Bangladesh, partly a little bit on Sri Lanka and Nepal. Also, we have some projects in India regarding trafficking. We have 3 pillars. We want to make it clear. One is human rights monitoring and efficacy. Why? Because we need to collect data. We need to have the real data on the right place. What has happened that so many human rights violations happened in the past in Bangladesh and Pakistan. We don't have the data. Who, when, what? Who done it? Where? Do you have evidence? Police report, pictures, and is there any report on international organization? Advocacy means that we have to start a case in the country itself, not somewhere else. Also, lobby and network means in the European Union, UN, and all other organizations. We work together with Amnesty International, Human Rights Watch, but still we have to defend these cases also by ourselves. So lobby and advocacy is most important work in the human rights field, because mainly human rights is being declared after, as Professor Vednanda said, after the Second World War. See, it's invented by the West. So we have to play the same game as they want. So we need to see that our lobby and network have to be done in European Union and in the US and the UN. Because forget it that India will do something for the human rights violation in Bangladesh or Pakistan. All two these people are waiting for that. It's not going to happen. It's going to happen from outside. That's why we have to mobilize those people here in India and outside India. Human rights education. It's very important that you educate these people who are working in Bangladesh, Pakistan, Nepal, Sri Lanka. What is human right? What is their right? What is the treaty that the country have signed? What kind of right they can demand from their country? If they don't know that, they cannot. So we want all our defenders who work for us have a proper education on human rights. We don't build schools, we only see that there's facility to get human rights education in the region and in our country. The other part was humanitarian aid. Why we do that? Very important. Mainly the atrocities in Bangladesh is gang rape, very common to minority Hindu girls. We can make the best report there is, 20 pages, and we can send it all over the world. And many Hindus will send us a mail, oh, that is bad. But that's the only reaction we get, because email is the cheapest way to support us. You can better, don't send me anything, but don't send us this kind of mails, because it's not going to help us. What we do, to get this lady, this girl, to medical treatment. After medical treatment, safe housing. After safe housing, we have to see that the family is safe. Then we start a legal case in the same country. That was failed for the last 20 years, never happened in these countries, even not in Bangladesh and Pakistan. So that means that legal aid is very important for these people. Otherwise, these people migrate to India and anywhere else, or played suicide. Mainly a lot of girls who's been gang raped played suicide. Could be our children. If we are bad luck, we were born in India, we were born in Bangladesh or Pakistan. Typical violations in, can I have the line? In human rights and minority is torture, killing, degrading, physical assault, abduction, forced marriage in the name of their law, attacks on our religious temples, destroying of the cultural heritage. One, you don't have a cultural heritage. One, the temples is destroyed, means that there is no existence of Hindus anymore. It's a technique that started long time ago. If you destroy their heritage, means that then you destroy the culture, you destroy the belief of people. And in fact, rape is one of the major tools to break down the society. And as my staff is traveling frequently to Bangladesh and Pakistan, I feel personally that these people are the right Hindus. Due to all this problem they have, due to all these attacks, Swamiji know that these are the Hindus. We have a luxurious life. We can build big temples in US, everywhere, and we are proud of that. But these people stay there, they maintain Hindu. These are the Hindus. And I salute you, sir, because these people survive and they will survive. And we as a community, we fail. We Hindu community fail in all lines. We never go and protect these people. I don't want you to become terrorists. I don't want you to go and kill people. But at least 1 minute think about these people. Go on the street. Organize something. One day no temple. Just talk about the people, what is happening with the Hindus in the world. I think Bhagwan will forgive you not doing 1 day prayer or puja. I think any Bhagavad Gita, Ramayana, Bhagwan had never built a temple. He always fight for the goodness, protection of people. We build temples, we build societies and all these things. And we create the things. So, Hindus, we fail. We are Aryaputra, but I don't know where the Arya went. We have only, I'm a Bihari, we said, जो गरम खून है ना वो ठंडा हो गया उसका गरम करने के समय लगेगा. I just want to say, just look at the figures, facts and figures. If partition 30% of Hindus and now almost 1.2%, where the Hindus gone to disappeared? No, converted, or they are not practicing Hinduism, or they flee to India or any other countries. What is happening is that they destroy all their facilities, land grabbing and sexual insult. So minorities facing a lot of problems, especially Hindus. And Hindus, just my secretary is just back from Bangladesh. And again, Hindus in Pakistan, Bangladesh are the worst organized, less facilities than any other religious minority group like Christians. Their money and the Vatican and their society, at least the Christian is fulfilling their dharma. They're supporting their minorities. They're supporting their facilities. If you kill one Christian in Bangladesh, European Union will ask questions, the Dutch government will ask questions. You kill 3,000 Hindu and even no Hindu will ask questions. If you put it in a scale, Hindus are down and one white people is equal like 300 people, Hindus. And in fact, this is not a topic to discuss on 50 minutes or 10 minutes or 2 minutes. You can explain it in 1 minute, but I think for India, for this community, we need at least half an hour to explain. So this is the thing that is happening all the time, destruction of cultural heritage. And this morning, I got a picture of a Hanuman temple destroyed in Pakistan, and it's happening daily. We destroy one mosque in Bharat, and I would respect it was not done because at that time they destroyed more than 300 temples all over India, over Bangladesh, Pakistan. Know that one mosque that we destroyed again more than 3,000 temples in India, Pakistan. And who is talking about, the whole West talking about the mosque that is destroyed, not about the 3,000 temples that is destroyed. That is our weakness. We don't care. We only care that what we are. See, this is a Hindu World Conference, but every Hindu has his own world. Come out of the world and let's unite. I think we have to call it World Universe Conference because we Hindu have three things. One, we are smart. Secondly, we are one of the most, what we call secular people. And third is, we are the one that we want to make the whole world family. I think let's make first the Hindu one family. Then think about the other people. Because once we united, then we know what we are doing. I'm sorry that I could not go to all the sheets, but I'm talking from my heart. Human rights work is very depressing. If you get an email that a girl from 3 years has been raped, a mother has been raped in front of the father because they are Hindus, I cannot sleep. If you guys can sleep, आप लोगों में माता पिता और भाई बहन, I think then you will be killing this person. But these people don't have rights. When they go to the police, then the police rape these Hindu girls again. And if somebody tell me that is good in Bangladesh or Pakistan, then send them please to me. I will show him every corner. Thank you very much. Namaste.